Welcome again to another episode of our great spiritual injection work that we're doing throughout the world. Today really is a special day because, sometimes generally we can be two-dimensional in regards to repatriation. We're either looking at Africa or the Caribbean. But today we're going to go over to the East. And in going over to the East, hopefully, God willing, you'll be able to see the various opportunities that are awaiting you, and also a level and a standard of living that really is quite unparalleled in the Western world. I've been fortunate to be going in and out of Dubai for over 20 years and seen the growth and the development and the expansion over that protracted period of time, and was blessed to be there approximately 3 weeks ago for a week. And I looked at some property and really was amazed at what's on offer, but also pleasantly surprised in regards to the amount of construction that is still taking place. 20 years ago, Dubai was under massive construction, and 20 years later, there is still a lot of construction taking place. And it seems as if the whole world is in Dubai, and Dubai being such a, as the video stated, such a very safe place to live, and a very progressive place, very prestigious place. And it seems as if anything you could desire is actually in that country. So all of that to say, very great place. Beaches are wonderful. And for those of you, again, who are looking for investment, we're going to share with you this evening a couple of our brothers who are, representatives of the most prestigious realtor and building group there is in Dubai, in my experience. And they're going to walk us through some opportunities that are available in Dubai and answer the question on the flyer by the end of our session today: why Dubai? Mm-hmm. Why not Abu Dhabi? Why not Qatar? Why not the Caribbean? Why not Africa? Why not the Far East? Why Dubai? So with that said, I'm going to now invite our first guest for tonight, who is a senior representative of Sobha Realty in Dubai, Raul. So please, just with a virtual hand, as opposed to taking your devices off of mute, just welcome one of our special guests this evening, Raul. Please, Raul, welcome to the Spiritual Injection.
Thank you so much, Hakeem. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be on this episode of the Spiritual Injection. Uh, First of all, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that most of you have made it a point to prioritize your time and join this wonderful session. My name is Rahul, and I work as a property advisor with Sobha Realty Dubai. What we shall be running you through in the next few minutes will range from why Dubai as a city, why Sobha Realty as a brand, and why Heartland as a project to invest in Dubai. Perfect. So honestly, the conversation can go for hours and hours when we talk about Dubai. And like the video suggested, it truly is an urban phenomenon. Dubai can actually be ironically termed as a miracle or as a mirage. That's how fine the city was envisioned to be and how it has turned out to be. As a resident, as an investor from a foreign land, or as a local citizen of Dubai, these are the 9 points that everyone should know to why Dubai. The first and the most important point here is the fact that it's one of the most safest cities in the world. Time and again, it has been awarded for the same. And as recent as 2021, Dubai was ranked as the safest city for women to walk alone at 3 p.m. in the afternoon and at 3 a.m. in, I mean, like post midnight, so early morning as well. So that kind of shows how safe and secure Dubai is as a city. I am usually based in India to manage all sales operations for our projects in Dubai. But whenever I personally travel to Dubai, I travel extensively within the cities to, kind of see all the new attractions. And usually post uh, a heavy night of partying, when we come back home to a hotel or to our room, I personally have actually never felt unsafe myself with a group of friends as well. So I can personally vouch that it honestly is one of the safest cities in the world, and I have traveled to more than 30 cities and 10 countries across the globe. So full marks go to Dubai on those fronts. When we get here to the second point, geographically located in the center of the world. So Dubai is just a 2 hour flight for almost 25 to 30% of the world. It's almost a 5 hour flight for 50 to 60% of the world population, which makes it extremely ideal and convenient for people to reach Dubai in any circumstance, be it a tourism scenario, be it a safe haven scenario, or be it a business trip. So Dubai honestly gets flocked by thousands and thousands of visitors every single day, which makes it extremely, uh, I would say, lucrative for everyone across the globe to put their money. As we come to point number three, we realize the political scenario and we understand that Dubai is not a democracy, but is a kingdomship. And there is a ruler, so there is a king. As you see in the video, the current ruler of Dubai is His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. His son is Sheikh Hamdan, who's also lovingly known as Faza, who will be the next king. Now, when I talk about kingdomship, there are multiple ministries that run in Dubai, which are made for the residents and the citizens staying in Dubai. The Ministry of Tolerance is one of them. Ministry of Happiness is another. Ministry of Human Resources. There are multiple such government offices where people can visit and discuss if they've got anything that's going wrong for them, or there's some kind of injustice, or they just want to check what the happiness quotient or the happiness meter of the city is. So these are government offices that basically help in redressal, help in giving answers to your queries, or help you in solving your problems. These are the first three top points that we've just run you through. Coming to the fourth point, Dubai ranks 16th in terms of ease of doing business. So, any one of you who personally think that they now want to take their business to the next level, that they've arrived in life in their respective cities, and now they think that they need to take their entire business abroad, global. Dubai makes life easier for every businessman. It's not time consuming. It's not super expensive. It's not, troublesome. You just have to fly to Dubai. You have to list down the kind of businesses or the business activities that you undertake. You pay your fees. You take the trade license. You start your business. That is it. It's just as easy as one, two, and three. So that makes Dubai extremely, extremely inviting for businessmen who plan to start their businesses in the Middle East. However, now it's become in the top 10. This the 16th figure was of 2021. By 2022, we're in the top 10 because earlier it was impossible for foreign percent of their business. But now most businesses can also be owned freehold. So you do not need a local sponsor or a local partner to come and join you for your business. Your business is your business and you can start it from scratch in Dubai. Getting into point number five, see, point number two and point number five are the same.
Rahul, sorry to
Dubai,
interrupt. Rahul, sorry to interrupt. This is Sameer here. Just to add on the fourth point, okay, why Dubai is so good in offering good business opportunities. The main reason being is its close proximity to business giant countries like China and India. So if you want to fly to China from India, from Dubai, and if you want to fly to India on business purposes from Dubai, it's just a mere 2 to 3 hours or a 4 hour flight, rather than if you are living in the US or in the UK and you need to fly to China for some business work. So you have to take a very long flight. Maybe you have to take a connecting flight. But from Dubai, there are hundreds of flights every day from different airports, and they are taking you to these business places in China and India. And you know how much China contributes to the business economy of the world. So what happens is people in US, UK, where they are far away, what they do is they open up a representative office in Dubai, and then they operate from there, which makes life very easier and faster for them to operate. Yeah, that's what I wanted to add.
perfect. Thank you so much for adding the point. So, yeah,
Yes.
like Shamini said, uh, Dubai is extremely close to the two power countries of the world. Both India and China are mere 2, 3, 4, or 5 hour flights. Unlike the other power countries, which is extremely far for certain people to reach. So, yep, coming back to the fifth point, the second and the fifth point are interconnected. Since Dubai is geographically located, it sees one of the most heavy inflow traffic of visitors, tourists, and businessmen. So they handle more than 90 million passengers annually, which also makes Dubai as the most busiest airport in the world. Coming to point number six, which interests most of the investors across the world and draws them to Dubai. You are charged 0% income tax, 0% capital gains, and 0% corporate tax. So, as of today, any income that an individual earns in terms of salary or any profit that is made by a business house, no income tax is paid to the government directly. The only kind of tax that currently prevails in Dubai is VAT, which is value added tax, which is charged at 5% at most retail purchases or commercial purchases. For example, you go to a McDonald's outlet, you have a burger, possibly that a meal that costs you, let's say, £10 or $10 or 10 dirhams. You just have to pay 5% of that as VAT, which doesn't pinch you at all. Apart from that, real estate, see, over, let's say, a period of a decade, when you invest into real estate for over 10 years, and let's say you bought something that costed you $1 million and you sold the same thing 10 years later for $10 million, the government asks you to pay a heavy capital gains tax on the $9 million in most countries, in the States, in India, in London. But when you look at Dubai, that $9 million will directly come to your pocket. The government doesn't want a single penny of the capital gains tax, which makes it an extremely viable option to choose for even longer term investments. And the third thing is there is no corporate tax as well. So this attracts a lot of business houses, business families, and people wanting to park money into Dubai because that eventually gives them and their money a safe place, which otherwise their country wasn't able to offer. So that's uh, it in terms of the first 6 points. Moving over to the seventh point, I'm sure most of you all on this call might have heard of the Expo 2020. I'm sure some of you might have also gotten a chance to come and visit the same. Eventually, the Expo 2020 turned out to be a super hit show. This was spanned over 6 months, and every single day there was 100,000 plus footfall at the expo. The world's greatest show, as it was dubbed, it honestly laid the footprint for Dubai's future over the next 25 years easily. And the world was literally in Dubai. More than 190 countries had their pavilion, their stalls, showing and showcasing their heritage, their culture, and what they had to offer to Dubai and the world. So Dubai successfully concluded the show and paved the way for the future for themselves and for the world to make them understand that the power that Dubai has, in spite of being such a tiny city, is unparalleled and unmatchable. Coming to the eighth point, honestly, so myself and Samir, we work in the same organization, which is Sobha. We personally have more than 50 ethnicities working in our office itself. We've got Nigerians, we've got Pakistanis, we've got Indians, we've got Chinese, we've got Russian. Everyone living in harmoniously. Everyone, living in so happily and so beautifully. You honestly can't find a more global place than Dubai today. And like Mr. Hakim was mentioning, he did go to the Mall of the Emirates and he was so glad to see Cheesecake Factory, which is one of the finest restaurant chains across the states and even multiple other places. And it makes my heart extremely happy when I get to, see Indian food being served or I see some kind of a brand which I seen in the States. Let's say I seen Five Guys. And then when I had Five Guys at the Dubai Mall, I was like, man, there is nothing that comes to my mind that I want to ask for and that's not available in Dubai. Every single thing that I think of or I want to have or I ever thought of that, oh, I wish I could eat this and it just pops up. It's at some place or the other in Dubai. There's nothing that's not available in Dubai. And Sheikh Mohammed says this thing that everything is currently present in Dubai. Either it's already made or it's getting made. There's nothing that's impossible in our distance. Multicultural society that's home to over 200 nationalities. That's what Dubai is for you. And last but not the least, Dubai offers highly competitive. I won't use the word competitive. I think it was extremely value for money. Now imagine a city that gives you complete safety and security to live your life. No racism, no gunfires, no unnecessary, hooliganism. Completely centrally located. 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, multiple flights, hundreds of flights flying every day to most cities of the world. A place that doesn't charge you tax. A place that's giving you an opportunity to come and work, come and start a business, or come and start your new life in Dubai. This place is giving you real estate, which is freehold in nature. This is not leased land. It's not that you will have to move out in 5 years or 10 years or 99 years. Real estate that is freehold comes to you at your pocket somewhere between 1600, 1800, 2000 dirhams per square feet. When you compare this figure to the per square feet prices in Hong Kong, in New York, in London, in Paris, you will be shocked to know that the prices in these cities is 10 times to what I just mentioned for Dubai, with heavy taxation as well. So it is technically today a no-brainer for a wealthy individual, be it an Indian, be it a British passport holder, be it Nigeria, be it anyone. If you are a wealthy individual, it is a no-brainer to park your money or invest in real estate with an apartment or a villa in Dubai today.